Hello everybody, how are we doing tonight? Let's see. Just making sure everything is good. Dismiss. Okay. Thanks so much for being here tonight. We are going to be working on this basket of spring flowers with a wicker basket. Here a little while back, I know that we asked, we kind of threw out the question as far as future projects, what you'd like to see, and you guys mentioned some more textured based items. So we are going to be wood burning a wicker basket with some flowers in it. It's a great project for spring and it should be a lot of fun. So let me zip up to the top here. Hi Michael, hi Cynthia, hi Night Owl, hi Mellow Yellow. Hi Vicky. Hi Terry. Glad that you're excited to see this project. Hi Michelle. Hi Rhonda. Hi Steve. We're doing well. Thank you. And I hope you are as well. Thanks Terry that you can hear me and see me. Hi Lisa. Hi TH. Oh Steve, so there's no echo. That is good. Even though you would like an echo. We'll see what we can do. Hi, Five Elements. Hi, Diane. Hi, Mellow Yellow. Alrighty. So, this project is all ready to go in Mighty Networks. So if you go over, if you're a supporter over on our Mighty Network page, if I can speak tonight, that'd be lovely. Linda Lou, I think if somebody can message Linda Lou and tell her that it's probably on her end that she can't hear me, because everybody else can hear me, right? Okay. If you guys can help out Linda Lou in the chat, that'd be lovely. Mina, I don't think Mina can be here tonight. We'll miss Mina. So everybody say hi, Mina. Next time that she can hear us and see us. Okay, yeah, if you guys can hear me, see me. Okay, Linda Lou, you got it. Cool. Okay. Cool beans. Here we go. So this project is very light in nature, so we want to put in a black background. I am not probably going to start off with the black background just yet, but realize that that is probably where we're going to take this project. The flowers are in the bright sunlight and they're almost glowing. And you can see there's a little bit of a glow effect over here. So, and Vivian says, hi. Vivian, you're commenting, though I think you need to get into the YouTube chat if you want to comment so that we can see you there. Because you're commenting in a different platform. Okay. Another thing is the texture on this basket is pretty intense. It took quite a while to get this transferred on, but it's a nice guideline. So if you're over on Mighty Networks and you want the pattern and the project for this, it is up and it's there. It's available. This is an advanced project, so it is under the advanced tab. That would be gold tier or higher. Okay, that's where you can find it. I'll get this uploaded onto Woodburning University hopefully this weekend, so I have a few of those to add. Okay, yes, hello to Mina and Barbara. Thanks Terry. Hi, Christy. Okay, so I'm just kind of thinking about how I want to start this project. Since it is so dark, the background is so dark, in order to create these flowers, we're going to need a black kind of a background anyway. I don't think I'm going to put in the whole black background, but I think I might start out with just kind of outlining around the outside of our main project, because I need that dark structure to build these light flowers. If the light flowers don't have a black background, it's going to be, I think, a little bit harder for them to, to make them. Terry, yep, I'm the both of my moderators are out tonight. So if we talk about links here during the live stream, just realize that if you go into the chat not the chat section, the description. The description at the bottom of the YouTube video that you're watching now has all of my links in there. So if I talk about this link or that link, Mina likes to put those in the chat for me, which is fantastic. But she can't be here tonight, so just look down in the area below the description, and you should be able to find all of those links there for you. So this is a sanding pad. It's about 1500 grit, which is pretty fine. And I'm just lightly going to sand down some of our guidelines. I don't want them to be really bold like they are, but I don't want to sand them completely to where they disappear either. So kind of a Goldilocks setting in there. Night Owl says, does your membership automatically renew? Yeah, I think they do. Mina really helps me out with that, but they should auto renew. And if they don't for whatever reason, just let us know. I think it auto renews as long as you have a valid card. So if your card times out, expires, and you need a new card, I think that's the only time that you have to do something. Cool. All right, so no. Oh, there it is. Okay. Gotta have my glove. Okay, doke. So let's see. I am going to start with just kind of getting a border around our flowers here, and then that will help create some space and definition, and then we'll be good to go for the black background later. Let's see, Steve, your renewal it auto renewed. Cool. Vicky says you usually get an email a few days before, so that's really nice too. What are you doing on my desk? Kitty, kitty? I don't know. She's doing something. Okay, what? I don't know. She's being ornery. So I'm going to kind of put in some outline here just for a little bit. Tell me in the chat down below what you want me to start with. Do you want me to start with the basket or the flowers? Okay. What? And that will give me a little direction here as far as which to tackle. What do you want to see first? Flowers or basket? Bobby. What, dear? You're never on my desk, and now you're on my desk. So I'm going to jump around between a couple different points here, either the shading point or the pro point. To keep stuff moving along. Thank you, Terry, for the reminder to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you like it so far. That's always helpful for the YouTube algorithm. Okay, I'm going to jump just a little bit here to where my hand position is in a good place. Okay, so let's see. TH says basket. Lisa basket. Michael basket. Cynthia basket. Hi, Zona. Rhonda says basket. Lisa basket. Christy says basket. Zona basket. Terry says basket. Five Elements says basket. Okay. Cool, guys. Well, we will start on the basket first. Let me get this over here. This helps on occasion. Melinda Lou basket. Okay. So we'll start into the bottom part of that basket because that is definitely the more challenging aspect of this picture is the basket. So this generally doesn't take too long, but this will help as we move forward. So I hope that everybody is enjoying their first week of March. It's hard to believe that we are already a week into March, which is fantastic. As far as next week's live stream on Friday, I'm not sure if I'll have it Friday or Saturday. Very big news. My husband is retiring. So next Friday is his birthday. And instead of doing a live stream on his retirement/birthday day, we might just take a break and do something special for him. And if that's the case, I will probably have to move our live stream to Saturday, the 15th. Because I can't do a live stream on Thursday because I'm coaching, and I can't do a live stream Wednesday because it's my birthday. We just have a cluster of birthdays, so I will have to do the live stream on Saturday. So it'll either be Friday or Saturday depending on, if he works late or whatnot. So just a little bit of a schedule change there. If you show up on Friday and there's no live stream, just hang out and I will do a live stream the next night, Saturday. So yes, we are very, very excited and ready for a new chapter. Oh, let's see. Thanks, Zona. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, CH. Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Vicki. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, and I'll just, I can do the live stream on Saturday, and then whoever can make it, or you can watch it next, whenever you can. I usually leave the live streams up for about a week. That way anybody that wasn't able to see them can see them. And then they get put over onto Mighty Networks. And then that's where they live. Thanks, guys. Oh, it's fun. We're definitely very excited. Oh no, cat hair. Thank you guys very much. TH, updates on the ProPoint. We are still working towards getting that available. Okay. I'm going to turn this really quick, and then we'll get started the basket. Cool beans, guys. Well, we will just go ahead and pencil in the next week's live stream for Saturday, the 15th. And let's see, I am burning on, this is an 8.5, like an 8 by 10 size piece of wood. It has a beveled edge, so the surface area that I'm working on is like 6.5 by 8.5 inches. That little guy too. So this is a nice size to get all this fun detail in place, but it's not so big that it's going to take us forever to create this either. Okay. Basket, we say. Let's see, I have a shadow I'm going to put in under here. Terry, you started on a 3x3 inch of the poodle hair. Awesome. You took a picture of your Mikey's hair at his head and ear, and you're working on it. It is sure time consuming. That is so great. I'm glad that you have the confidence to move forward with that. And yeah, just those little 3x3 studies, that's a great, nice size to kind of work out some problems, but it's not too big that it's overwhelming. Cool. Okay, outline is done. Yeah. All right, this does not need to be really dark, so I'll just put in a lighter line on that one. Okay. So anytime that I try something new with wood burning, I like to take just a minute and really kind of analyze it and look at it. So let's do that with our basket here. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Probably the first thing that I'm going to do is shoot for these little tiny dark sections of the shadows between the pieces of wicker. Whatever twigs are they made to use this. So I'm really going to focus on these long, skinny, because some of them are V-shape, and that's what I'm going to start on first. I think I'm going to definitely want to turn the wood so that I can get a better angle on this. And put this here so we'll zoom in and hopefully you guys can see a little bit better with what I'm going to create here. Zooming in. And then we'll go over like this. And I might have to move me because I'm kind of in the way. Why do you settle? I don't know. Camera is being bad. Yeah. I'm gonna yeet me, I don't know, over there. I'm gonna put me in the flowers. Haha. Here we go. Now we can see like the whole basket, most of the basket. Move me again. Hide in the corner. Okay. So anytime that we have something intricate like this, we really want to make sure that we stay on the right area or the button or whatever. Because it can be a little bit overwhelming. Okay. Well, let's just like start right up in here. This is a little lighter. And you can see that I transferred on a ton of information here. There's a lot going on. Terry, the echo is back? Really? Well, shoot. And I'm not sure why it's doing that. So, like we've talked in the past, I'm going to put my finger on the reference photo for these really detailed areas. That way I don't lose my place. It looks like I'm burning pretty dark. It's really not all that dark. I'm still in the way. Boink. Okay, I'm down there. Since we're working up here. Lightly burning in these shadowy areas between the wicker pieces. All right, Steve is happy that there's an echo. Okay, here's a thin one, here's a square one. Okay. Terry made some chicken stew for dinner tonight. Oh, that's lovely. It's very tasty. So this is definitely negative space wood burning. If you're new to wood burning, negative space is where you burn around the object instead of actually burning the object. So we're burning the shadowy recesses between our solid subject. We are burning more of the shadows. Because since wood burning, you can't put down a blob of paint, a blob of white paint, and create a subject. You have to burn around the form to create the illusion that it's there. Oh, we'll just go this way then. So for now, I'm really focusing on just these darker little tidbits. Okay. And I kind of like to just work on a row. And then we move down to the next row. And again, like I usually teach you guys, try not to get overwhelmed with everything that you're trying to accomplish. Break it down into small abstract shapes. And that's all I'm focusing on right now. There are these dark little chunks between the wicker basket pieces. If I can burn little odd shapes like this, and then I just piece together more odd shapes, then eventually it will all create the illusion of something realistic. So I just try to break down whatever I'm looking at into those simple shapes. And see, these are not completely solid dark. They're more of a mid-tone, maybe even a light mid-tone. And we just put those in, and we move on down to the next line, and then we'll kind of add in some weave pattern, and it should all come together. Hi, Estella. And then I get distracted and I lose my place. That's the biggest problem for me, is the distractions, like, you know, the dog needs in, or the cats are fighting, or something like that. And I lose my place. It just takes a little bit of time to find it again, but that's okay. We'll do what we can. And for something this complicated, I would definitely rely heavily on your transfer. Make sure that you transfer as much information there as you can, because of the more complicated weave pattern here. Terry, you're the same with the distractions. Yeah, it definitely makes it more difficult. And then I can see areas here that I did not transfer in, but I have enough information here that it should be just fine. I should be able to make this work. Cynthia, you get distracted too? Yeah. It's so easy to do. And I'm using the upper part of the shading point. Just, that's my favorite point. You guys know that. But if you don't like this one, just find something that you can use to get into these really tight spaces, and give a crisp edge to your lines. And if you don't get them dark enough the first pass, that's okay. You can always go back and relayer and make them darker as we go. This is definitely our sketching phase, where we just start putting in some of the base foundation, the fundamentals, the groundwork, as far as building off of later. Linda Lou, you love using your spoon shader. Awesome. Yeah, that's a very versatile tool as well. Yes, Linda Lou's turtle is turning out awesome. Lisa says you love your rider tip. Very cool. Yeah, there's so many different points out there, so really just experiment and try to find the one that works best for you. Because I know that the versatile and the shading point are definitely not everybody's cup of tea, and that's totally fine. So if you see me using this one, and you've tried it and you said, yeah, that's not for me, that's okay. Just find something that you're comfortable with. And I've always said that, you know, it's not always your tools that make you a good artist. It's more your mastery of whatever tool that you're using. So I'm using a very inexpensive, simple wood burning tool. I've just spent a lot of time with it, and I'm very comfortable burning with it. You know, I've not spent near as much time with the razor tip system and those points. I've spent a bit, but certainly not enough to become as comfortable using those as I am at this point. So don't think that you always have to get, you know, the fanciest system or what I use or whatever. Sometimes it's fun to experiment with the different tools, but just settle in and really practice with one. If you think you like it, stick with it and spend a lot of time with it. And that's a fantastic way to grow your skills. But if you constantly kind of flip-flop between all kinds of different tools, then it's going to make your learning curve much bigger, and you'll have a harder time kind of developing a mastery over one tool because you're playing around with a lot of them. I hope that makes sense. But anyway, it's good to do both. I just don't think that it's the tool that makes the artist. It's like I've heard that photographers, they get a little grumpy when people say, "Oh my gosh, your photos are amazing. What camera are you using?" It's like, well, a nice camera is good, but that's not the main reason that they take beautiful photographs. It's because they've mastered their skills as a photographer. Anyway, there you go. I hope that helps. Michelle says I use my spoon shader on my razor tip all the time. That's what I've used for pretty much my whole portrait I'm currently working on. That's awesome. Yeah. Spoon shader is very cool. I would have a hard time creating an entire portrait with a spoon shader. It would challenge me, absolutely, because I've not done it much. So very cool. All right, as we're getting farther down here on the basket, we're going to get darker as we go. But if you kind of tip your head to the side, you can already see some of the structure of the basket taking shape. Terry says you get that. People see your photos and say, "Wow, you must have a really good camera." You tell them that's like saying you have a really good pencil when looking at your drawings. Absolutely. Yeah, it's the artist behind the tools is what makes it. It's not the tools themselves. Cynthia says I use the Versatool and the shading point all the time. Cool. Me too. Zona says I love my knife tips mostly. Generally, I love the tiny tips. Most of the work that you do is small, so you feel like you get more control. Gotcha. You do like a spoon shader, great for gradients. Awesome. Linda Lou, you did by the shading tip, and you have for your razor tip, and you like it for some projects. Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of different tools out there, a lot of different tips, so I would say to any beginning wood burning artist, that's the first thing that I would recommend. Just start playing. Doodle. Take a piece of wood and create all the doodles that you can possibly imagine with one point, and then switch out to another point. And you should figure out pretty quickly which point you can work with. And which, like pen burner system, whether it's the Versatool like this, or the razor tip, or the Coalwood, or any of those. Just take some practice. Let's see. Terry says the cats that you did are great. Zona, yeah, your mastery of those cat patterns, that was awesome. I love all the different colors that you added to those too. Michelle says, I need to start to use some of my other tips. You have heaps. Yeah, really play around with them and have fun. If it turns out that they're helpful, cool. If you go back to using that point that you just really love, that's fine too. Terry says your problem is that you just don't want to waste a piece of wood on practicing, but you also at the same time know it needs to be done. Yeah, I totally get that. If you have any pieces of wood with knots or imperfections in them, start with those, because I sit on those pieces for years, because in order to hide a blemish like that, I need something very specific, like a bark. Tree bark is great for hiding bad blemishes that come with a piece of wood. But the rest of it is fine. So I would take your crappiest piece of wood that you have with spots and maybe some dings or whatever, and use that for practice, and then you don't feel so bad about using a piece of wood. But think about it this way as well. Even a really expensive piece of basswood, say it's a $20 piece of wood. If you sand down both sides and you have, think about how many 3x3 inch squares you could get on that, even an 8x10 piece of wood, basswood, whatever you want to use. Think about how many squares you can get front and back. And then think about the cost of the piece of wood versus the cost of all the different tutorials that you've just practiced on. That's awesome. Terry, I challenge you in a wonderful way to go out and buy a nice piece of basswood, $20 piece, sand both sides, make a grid pattern out of it, get as many squares as you can, and do almost like a texture grid or a texture quilt. I know that those are in books here and there. And challenge yourself to create a different texture in each 3x3 inch box. And that's all that piece of wood is going to be for, is just learning. So Terry, you have still some pieces of wood from David and Renee. Yeah, they are very beautiful. So practice, Terry. That piece of wood is not going to do you any good sitting in the closet or wherever you keep them. The wood is meant to be used. It's meant to be burned. You don't have to have the perfect piece on it. But practicing your skills right now is huge. It's very, very important. And then once you get your skills developed to where you're comfortable taking on these other projects, then you can take that piece of wood that's sitting in your closet or your cupboard, and you can take it with confidence and say, I know what I'm going to make, and I know I can make it. And then you'll have a lot more confidence as well. So I challenge any of you, make a grid out of a piece of wood. Practice as many textures or things that you possibly can. I've been thinking, normally I do wood burning patterns on Wood Burning University of a pattern that you can use and create a full project. I've also been thinking about creating like swatches, textured swatches. Is that something that you guys would be interested in? Just a close-up like we did of the poodle hair, a 3x3 inch study of different types of hair, animal hair, scales, eyes. Would that be something that would be helpful for you guys? And have them sold as a set to where you can, make one purchase and you get 20 different swatches to practice on. Would that be helpful to you guys? Let's see, checking up here in the chat. Zona, you don't think of it as waste as like if you're working on something and then you use a tip you're not familiar with. Yeah, practice. Michelle says, I have some cheap pieces of wood that are thin to burn on. And you're going to use them to practice hair and fabric because you're really bad at them. Oh, that's okay. Just we'll keep practicing. Okay. Linda Lou says you like maple plywood as long as you don't go through the veneer. Yeah, any kind of plywood you have to be really careful. You don't want to burn down too deeply and expose those layers of glue. So as far as the swatch idea, Cynthia says yes. Michelle says yes, yes, please. Terry says you did an 8x10 basswood from Michael's that you did a bunch of different textures on. Awesome, yes. That's a great way to learn. Estella says yes. Terry says yes, it would be cool. Vicky, yes. Okay. Lisa says, I think I have your echo figured out. Do you have your computer mic on? No. I have my camera has a microphone. It's muted. This camera here has a microphone. It's muted. And then I have my Yeti microphone, and that's it. So I didn't have the echo until I switched to the new computer. I also upgraded OBS, my streaming service software, so I think it might be a bug on their end. I'm going to blame them. I don't know. But keep coming up with ideas, guys. Zona says that's a nice idea. You've tried doing a texture board and then you don't know what to do. Having a guide would be nice. TH says yes. Okay. Thanks, guys. That's something that I've been kind of playing around with for the past couple weeks. So I will get that kind of finalized and put into like good chunks as far as, you know, an animal swatch thing, and then we can do some fabric swatches, and then anyway, I'll kind of mix that up and get those out. Mina, make me a note. That's okay. I'll make a note. Mina's so good at making notes for me. Cool. Alright, so just still really focusing on our dark areas here. You guys are used to the echo. Okay, cool. Alright, I will make it so you guys can have some texture boards to play around with. Hey, did your brother get his medicine? Okay. Thank you. How's your study thing going? Okie dokie. Lisa says double the Minisa. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the fact that a lot of you guys are hearing an echo makes me think that it somehow is on my end of stuff. I'll see if I can't download a new version of my streaming software and maybe they'll fix it. Maybe it's a bug with this version. That would be my guess, guys. Because I can't seem to figure out where the sound, extra sound is coming from, and it varies. So I don't think it's me. Because you are not supposed to have audio at all. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's keep on moving here. Thanks, Cynthia. Yeah, Lisa, I agree. We didn't start off with an echo, and now we have one. It comes and goes, so I don't think it's on my camera setup. Let's see. Zona says, I wonder if there's another mic somewhere that you don't know about the new system. Well, I can see everything that is tying into my software. I have 3 things that are running on this, and 2 of them are muted, so I don't know. Dun, dun. Lisa says you love seeing the basket take shape. Very cool. Idol says, does my PIP have a separate volume? I don't know what a PIP is. If I do, I forgot. Okay, back down here. Working on the big chunks. Picture in a picture. Okay, well, let me take a look at this here. And but again, it is not it's not going all the time, so the picture in the picture, you guys see me here, that's one camera and it's muted, and then you guys can see everything here, that's another camera and it's muted as well. Did the echo start when I started burning? The last time I stopped burning, the echo disappeared. All right, I'm not burning. Is there an echo? I don't know. All right, now I'm going to start burning. I still think it's something that's not on my system, but I don't know. 5 Elements says, teaching my first class in a classroom setting at your local college. Any suggestions on how to set up the class so everyone can see what you're burning? Oof. That is a challenge. How many people are in your classroom? Because that will play a part. Ten people. Okay. Well, if it's 10 people, I've done a live demo with a group of artists before, and I just kind of sat behind the table and had everybody in front of me, and then I would burn upside down. Like whatever image that I was burning, I would show it to where they could see it right side up, and I would burn it upside down. Just to kind of give them an idea of how to do it. That's the easy way. Some of the more complicated ways would be to get a projector somehow that can project what you're doing up onto a wall, like just a little projector. But, you know, you'd have to buy the projector if the college doesn't have one. So you might ask if they have a projector of some sort. Sometimes you can get like a little webcam set up above your station and then plug it into a laptop and have it go up onto a big white screen. So yeah, there's a couple different options there. You can always search that one on Google too. All I did was just an old school, okay, sit here and I'm going to burn kind of a thing for a class. But that is so fantastic that you are going to be teaching your first class. It's very exciting. Alrighty, as we get kind of farther around the basket, I think these little tiny shadowy areas are going to get a little bit bigger. Definitely they're getting darker. But they're kind of pointy triangles here and there. Yeah, Terry, that's what I'm thinking too. The college might have a projector. I'm glad you're excited. You'll have to let us know how that goes. Okay. Let's take a little bit here. Okay. So, get me out of the way. Now we're starting to see the shadows in the basket there. I kind of think that I missed some in here. They're not near as dark, but I'm going to go back and put in an extra row. I think I missed a little bit. Right up here. And I hope the camera is behaving. I didn't autofocus it, so if it gets blurry, that is my fault. Give me a holler. Yell at me for that one. But it's so neat how we shade on either side of these vertical wicker pieces, and it really is starting to look like a weave pattern. And all I'm doing is just looking at the dark triangle pieces. That's all we got to do right now. So I'm trying not to let myself get overwhelmed because there's so much information here. If I can block out everything that I'm seeing except for these little dark triangular sections, it definitely helps me to focus in and not get overwhelmed. Because I tell you, transferring this on was a bit of a challenge because there was so much going on. I had to kind of find a pattern to follow. Where am I? There I am. Okay. Let's see. TH says that you could try using a docu camera and projecting it from the projector. That'd be cool. Yeah, there's so many different really cool Wi-Fi things anymore that even if you just get a tripod and an iPhone, you might be able to broadcast it somehow over Wi-Fi to make it show up on a bigger screen. The colleges, I think they do probably a lot of that. I would reach out to them first and see. They may already say, yeah, absolutely. It's super easy. All you have to do is X, Y, and Z, and we have the equipment. Because it's definitely not the first time that somebody needs to show like a handwritten mathematical formula or something to a large group. So definitely, I would start with the college. Terry says you tried teaching a drawing class once. You're not a teacher. I'd rather do one-on-one, but they need to know a bit about drawing to begin with. What I was teaching was shading techniques. Well, that's really cool. Just that, you know, that you're trying to do that, and you've tried to do that. Teaching is definitely pushes you, I think, outside of your comfort zone. It certainly has me over the years with, you know, art and martial arts and some of the other things that I've taught, softball, and it's not easy. If it was easy, we'd have a ton of teachers, you know, everywhere. And don't get me wrong, the teachers are amazing. So we have a lot of great teachers in all areas of the world. But it's tough. I've always learned that if you want to really master any skill, you need to teach it. Because that's how you learn. I think more than anything. Because I can sit and I can wood burn forever. But it wasn't until I started having to teach wood burning that I realized like more of a system. And okay, I know I can do this, but how do I show somebody else or teach somebody else how to do this? And that's where the challenge for me really came in. But I think it helped me as an artist grow a lot, because in order to teach, you really have to know what you're doing. And just the fact of me having to break down in my mind what I'm doing so that I can tell somebody else what I'm doing and why. So huge skill. Now that doesn't mean that everybody has to go out there and teach. You can basically teach yourself, because I know I'm not the biggest people person. I don't really want to get out there all the time and get around people and teach. I like my solitude. But sometimes it's neat to think and analyze what you're doing and say, okay, well, why am I doing this? And if I were to explain how I'm wood burning to somebody else that doesn't know, how would I explain that? And then you can just kind of talk to yourself and teach yourself a verbal way of saying what you're doing. Anyway, it will help you as an artist. So even if you just kind of formulate into words, I'm doing this because of that, it can help. Estella, the echo is gone. Cool. Yeah, I've not made any changes. I think it might be a software issue. Linda Lou, you love teaching. Oh, that's great. Terry says, I wish I was younger and in the shape I was then. I'd love to play and teach certain sports. Oh, that's cool. Terry says, that's your problem. You know how to do it, but you don't know how to teach it. Just like I talked about here a little bit ago, just sit while you're burning and talk to yourself and say, do I approach wood burning as like a systematic approach? Do I always start with the darks first? That's how I kind of started breaking down what I was doing to formulate classes and books and all that. But just breaking down what you do and what order and why can help. Let's see. Hi, Matt. You love teaching as well. Matt says, what teaching gives you is a more focused and conscious effort in your own work. I agree. How do I convey something that I am doing so that the student can replicate it? See, you worded it so much better than I did. Matt says, yep, when you share your own thought process while doing it. Cool, yes. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, that was very well spoken. Lisa, any word from Walnut Hollow about the Pro Point? We are still moving forward with the Pro Point, and I'd love to give you guys more information, but that's kind of where we're at with the whole process. Lady Hawk, welcome. You taught elementary and middle school art. It was a blast to do. Very cool. Well, that's funny, Night Owl. Night Owl has a comment about the echo and Steve's jokes. I'm going to try to get back in here into another row so I can keep moving forward. Do you guys remember that movie, Meet the Robinsons? It was a cartoon movie. And anyway, the main Robinson guy, his motto was keep moving forward. So my kids always liked that show because we're the Robinsons as well. And it's a good motto for wood burning as well. Keep moving forward. Just keep pushing forward and don't quit and see what you can create, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Linda Lou says, I find that I need to learn constantly. I need to learn to constantly learning so I can keep up with your students. Yep, absolutely. So that's a great thing, Terry. Your husband asked you when you were drawing drums and cymbals how you make them look shiny. And you said it just happens. You didn't know how to explain it. Yep. I understand that too. And if you don't want to analyze it, you don't have to. If it is interesting, go for it. Sometimes you can just get lost in the art process, and that's joy enough as it is. You don't have to always break down and analyze what you do. It's cool to just let the art flow and have fun with the creation side of things. Matt, you know the Meet the Robinsons movie. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, Lisa says, I would love to tell you a joke about daylight savings times, but you will have to wait an hour. Oh, that's a good one. That's right. That's this weekend, correct? I think it is. So anytime that the time changes, sometimes YouTube and my computer don't always agree on what time it actually is. So if you show up an hour before my live stream is supposed to start and it's not there yet, just wait an hour, because my computer and YouTube fight. But I'll be here same time, same place. I know not everybody changes time, but I will be here. Let's see, where am I? I think I'm here. Oof, guys, this is crazy. But this is really the structure of the basket. Don't let it overwhelm you. Just try to keep your place and match the shapes. And all that we've done so far is block in some dark valued wonky triangles, and it looks like we're getting a basket. So Terry, you did eventually show him how you did it, but he didn't understand it. Gotcha. Matt says, for shiny, you think negative space. You're burning the bits that aren't shiny. Yeah, absolutely. So when I do chrome, wood burnings of chrome or anything shiny, I don't even think about the highlights. I just focus on all the shadows that are around everything else. That's something that I almost did for Valentine's Day, was a chrome shaped heart. I thought that would be pretty fun, because chrome is actually very, very easy to wood burn. Anything shiny is very simple. You have a lot of hard edges. Focus on the darks and blend together the areas in between. So if you guys want to see a live stream on chrome or shiny things, let me know, because I think they're pretty fun. Oof. Okay. Terry says this is kind of like doing the poodle hair. Yeah, this is definitely very technical. Well, I would say this is actually, for me, a lot easier than the poodle hair. That poodle hair was much more difficult, I think. This one, you just got to really keep track of where you're at. But other than that, I think this one's easier than the poodle hair. Sorry, Terry. That poodle hair is crazy. The biggest challenge for me is keeping track of where I'm at, because I don't even know. I'm just kind of moving my finger along in here, and I don't even think that I'm on the right section. Lisa says yes as far as a chrome kind of a thing. Lisa, you're moving to Central Time, so I'll have to adjust. Okay, gotcha. Oh, Linda Lou says yes, chrome would be cool. Terry says yes, chrome would be fun. Any textures? Oh. Matt says 1 vote for chrome and shiny, please. Cool. Lisa says yes to shiny. You're going to ask about that. Terry says suede, felt, leather, etc. Yeah, I love all of those different kind of textures. Velcro. I've burned Velcro texture before. That's fun too. Christy says chrome would be cool. Nice. Matt says you could count the horizontal posts to verify where they are. Yes, absolutely. That would work really well too. If you really get lost, you can always kind of count your way across. I try to match up the little shapes as best I can, but or look for some defining factor, something that looks just a little bit different. All right, see, now I know where I'm at, because I got little carrot and I got big carrot. That's what we're doing, guys. We're burning carrots. Why did I not just realize that? Look, each one of these dark sections looks like a carrot. It's kind of flat at the top, pointy at the bottom. Hey, now we got it. I like little mental things like that help me kind of explain what I'm doing. We're burning carrots. And of course, carrots go in a basket. Bye, Linda Lou. Thanks for being here tonight. We'll see you next Saturday. Let's see. Terry says, did you see the post in Woodburning for Fun that the guy did of a poodle full body? I think I did, and I thought of you on that one. Yeah, I'm like, wow, somebody else was making a woodburning of a poodle too. Cool. You said... Oh, nice. Okay. He used the ball tip on the whole thing. Wow, how cool. Yeah, and that just goes to show whatever tip or point you're comfortable with, that's the one that you should use. Absolutely. Matt says that's not what your carrots look like. They're all lumpy bumpy. Yeah, well, these are, I don't know, knife carrots. Okay, so here we have some more negative space burning, but these are no longer carrot shapes. These are more out of focus kind of blobs. But we're definitely getting to the end of our wicker structure here. So I'm still trying to leave another vertical line of wicker in there, but it's going to be, I'm going to tone this down here here in a little bit. Okay. We're kind of getting really in the shadows here. It's not as focused either. Okay. Let's see, we have a few more things down here. They're kind of crazy. I think some of these I just forgot to transfer on, so little freestyle burning there, freehand work. Okay, so let's take a look at our basket so far. Okay, well that is already looking pretty wickerish as far as a basket. Okay, next up, we analyze again. So we have a light source that's kind of coming from over here. I want to make sure that we get the structure of the basket from the underside. So I think I'll start burning in these little V-shaped check marks here. And I'll start with that. Probably if I turn it this way, it'll be a little bit easier. And I will adjust my camera in a moment. Thank you, Terry. Alrighty. Let's stay. Alright. I'm gonna hide in this corner now. Okie doke. So, let's see. I know on this side, let's see. I might just dive in here into the middle. Someplace that I can actually see. Analyzing. Just making sure that I am doing what I want to do here. Okay. So we're going to come kind of underneath each line. These guys look pretty good there. And we're going to, I want to put in more of the lateral line work here. So I might be overthinking it, and I'm just going to start drawing in some of the line pattern here. I'll try to go row by row. We definitely have a weave pattern. So looking to create kind of a crisscross effect in here. There we go. That's working pretty good. That's better. Crisscross. Okay, well that's getting there. Sorry, I'm not talking very much. This is just a little bit like focus based. It's requiring my attention a little bit. I was telling my daughter earlier today when I was transferring on the wicker basket, I said, if these guys want a wicker basket one more time, I'm going to lose it. Oh, gosh. But here we are. We're going to finish it out. We'll make it work. And now I do love all the tiny details. I really do. But this wicker basket is a little bit of a challenge. Okay, we're getting there though, guys. Yeah, one of the more difficult subjects that I've done is like a checkered shirt. But it was like more of a negative space checkered shirt where I had to burn each of the tiny squares inside of the checkered pattern. That was pretty crazy. And then that same picture was a pinstripe shirt, but it was like negative based pinstripe shirt. I had to burn around the white stripes of the pinstripe shirt. And then the same picture had a straw hat. It was one of the most challenging projects I've done. That was that big 2 foot by 3 foot one that I've shown you guys before with the 3 people. One had a checkered shirt and a straw hat. One guy had a pinstripe shirt. It was crazy. Oh, hi there, red-eye tree frog. Welcome. You're saying that for the echo, I should check the settings on my sound card software. It might have a setting for reverb or to sound like it's in a concert hall. That's interesting. Does that still work if it comes and goes? Because the echo, it's either here and then it goes away and then it comes back. So I don't know. Would that still work for the sound card issue where it just comes and goes? Very basket. Where do we go from here? The echo's back. Alright. Zona, you would have taken a break from the basket by now. Cynthia says your ADHD is going crazy, but you're loving the process. Alright, yeah. I get kind of like, overwhelmed in certain areas, and so I jump around. Not sure if that's better for you guys to follow, but and you know what? If it doesn't work out, you can just trim the wood burning like right about here. Just chop off the basket. I don't Zona. I might have to take a break from the basket here in just a minute. I'm going to probably finish up the line work here on the basket, and then I might need a break and go to the flowers. Because I'm kind of, like, you get to the point where you can't really see. Can't really see straight here. That's all right. I do get, on occasion, like some visual overload. It's like, whoa, I need a break from all of the visual input. Let's see, Red-Eyed Tree Frog says it could possibly. It might have a kind of an auto-detect, and it's misinterpreting out input. Okay, well, good. Matt also says, check the nearby walls and flat surfaces, especially the ones mostly directly in front of your mouth. They may be reflecting your voice into the mic. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. I'll keep looking into the echo. Hopefully it's not really distracting. Just sounds like we're in a little... What is it? Can't think and burn at the same time. Like a place where you go to dance with music. Just imagine that we're there, but we're learning wood burning with crazy music echoing in the background. Zona, you can do flowers all day, but that pattern would get you so messed up. Yeah, this is a little bit wonky. Matt says I could put something soft like a fuzzy blanket in all directions that would cut down on the sound bouncing back. Gotcha. A fuzzy blanket. Terry says I love intricate work like this. It's looking great. The thing that bothers you is your neck. That's why you have to take many breaks. Yeah. I'm right there with you. You guys can see me stretch and readjust my neck bones as we're working here. Terry, and do you work on an inclined surface, like an angled desk? Because that's one thing that really gets me. I can't work on a flat desk anymore. I have to stretch a lot. I'm trying to wood burn lighter as I'm getting into this area here. Matt, it doesn't sound bad. It sounds like you're in a walk-in shower. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's my new thing. I'm a DJ. Let's see. Zona likes to use an adjustable Lazy Susan. That's cool. Does that Lazy Susan lock in place? Because that's my biggest thing, is stuff moving while I'm trying to wood burn. So if you can lock it in place, that'd be pretty cool. Mellow Yellow says echo seems to be since you're not wearing your headphones. The headphones can prevent the audio from your stream being picked up by the mic. Well, but I've not used headphones in a long time, guys. They're over there. I'll try them next time. I'll just plug in the headphones. I really think that it's something from the new OBS system. Because everything was fine. I had no echo until I moved to a new computer. And also had to update the software. So I'll look for more software stuff. It could be just a bug in the program. Whoa. You know what, guys? I think I'm going to take a break from the basket. Because I need a break. I'm afraid that if I keep going, I'm going to get off on the wrong line and I'm going to make a mistake. So, wow. Okay. Basket. Challenging. Definitely more advanced technique. but we're getting there. We have a lot of good structure in there for right now. And we'll just move on to some flowers. Let's burn some flowers for a little bit. Thank you. It is a crazy basket. But let's keep moving on. Let's see, where do I want to go? Let's go over here to these guys. They're pretty. Okay. All right. Let's work on these cute little flowers here. Hopefully you guys can see all that. And I'm out of the way. Okay. Terry, you work on an inclined surface. Cool. Yeah, that can help your neck, but still, lots of breaks. That's very good. Matt says it's a feedback loop with the echo. Ouch. Okay. I'll throw in some headphones then. I can't reach him right now, so next time we'll try that. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Matt, I think it's the OBS. Check various inputs. Yeah, everything is microphone. All the microphones are muted except for... Okay. See, now the Sony... Now there should be really an echo. Yes? Double echo? Because I just turned on this guy. Alright, I'm going to turn him off. Now there should not be a crazy echo. Okay, yeah. So I've got only a couple things in my... Yeah. I don't think it's on my end, guys. Or at least not my hardware. I think it's a software issue. I am absolutely a basket case. Alright, let's burn some pretty flowers. That sounds fun. So these flowers are quite dainty and delicate. And yeah, I spent like almost an hour and a half on the basket. Okay, here we go. Okay, so yeah, definitely crazy sound. Okay. So I'm going to blow on the point here once in a while to kind of cool down some of these areas. I do also have some black background in there. So sometimes, like with the basket, I have to stop because I feel like I'm no longer really in control of the wood burning, and it's controlling me. Like, I'm just putting in marks and hoping that they're going to turn out okay. So when I get to that point, I definitely need to take a break and stop, switch to a different part of the wood burning, go for a walk, get a snack, I mean, all that stuff. So if you feel like you're kind of losing control of your ability to wood burn how you want to wood burn, take a break. You should be in control of the project, not the other way around. And if you do feel like it's taking over, probably need a break. Work on something simpler. Simpler? More simple? So these flowers, I think they're yellow on the reference photo. So yellow stuff is kind of hard to wood burn just because it's so light in value. But this is all going to be quite dainty and very illuminated. This picture, I think, really screams for color. And if we add color to this, I don't want to burn the yellow areas too much because I want some of that unfinished wood to really grab, allow the pigment to grab onto the wood. If you burn an area too dark, you can't color it. So if you want to add color, make sure you kind of make that plan in advance so that you can add color later. And you need more of the unburned wood to do that. It allows the pigment to grab a hold of something. Matt is asking, are you using a light touch or do you have heat control? Well, I do have a little thermostat here, and I'm moving pretty fast. I think it did actually move a little bit. My tape is wearing off, so it was just slightly off of high heat. I'm going to put on a new piece of tape so that doesn't mess with me anymore, but it was slightly off of high temp, it looks like. I'm blowing on the point to cool it down, and I'm also moving it quite quickly. So I might just keep it there, slightly off of full heat. Normally I work with my burner on max temp, unless I have some really delicate stuff to do. Portraits, anything with really smooth skin tones, a lot of blending, any light values in tiny spaces, that's a good time to turn it down as well. Let's see. Matt says, I guess that's my question. You're not varying the heat while burning. Not usually. Again, if I'm working in an area that has to be really light, I'll turn it down. If I'm going to be working a lot of light stuff, I'll just turn it down. Right now I'm just kind of blowing on the tip of the burner here to cool it down as I work. And the adjustable temperature is very helpful to get those lighter values with control. Otherwise, the burner can kind of control you. So always make sure that you're burning with control. You know what mark you're going to be putting on the wood. You know what temperature you're using and all that. If the burner kind of like takes control, a lot of times we don't get the results that we're after. At least, realism and all that. I hope that answers your question. Normally I just leave it on max and I blow on the point to cool it down, unless I have a lot of light areas to do. Terry, is my back bothering me? Yes. But it always bothers me, so that's okay. I have permanent neck and back damage, so whether I am sitting, standing, or anything, yes, my back always bothers me. But I will say that my desk makes a huge world of help. Because I used to burn in my lap, and I'd be all hunched over, and that's not very good. Yeah, Zona, absolutely. Blowing on the tip of the wood burner is a great trick to temporarily change the temp and helps burn gradients. Well said. You're welcome, Matt. Yeah, Terry, absolutely. Yeah, you just keep stretching, because I generally tend to start kind of hunching over while I work. My neck injury prohibits me from looking up very much, and so I kind of start, getting that curvature a little bit. Not the best, but we do what we can do. Another thing, Terry, that I love to do is getting into a really hot shower and start stretching under the hot water. That really helps to loosen things up too. If you have a hot tub, that'd be cool. anything like that to kind of loosen up the joints and the muscles and everything that's in your back and neck. And then absolutely limit your time wood burning. Sitting here, guys, for 2 hours is a long time, especially if you have, you know, other injuries, or even if you don't have injuries. Sitting here and doing anything at a desk for 2 hours solid can take its toll on your body. So I would really recommend you guys get up, stretch, walk around, you know, bend over, touch your toes, do twists, whatever, and take a break. I think they say like every 20 minutes you're supposed to do that. So, all good stuff. So I'm hitting these guys really light here. I don't want a whole lot of burn marks, but I can add just a little hints of petal there. Matt, you're the same with back issues, yeah. It's worse when you carve because you tend to do that in your lap, yeah. Been there, done that, and it's a challenge. Elevation, incline, any kind of a ergonomic chair, desk, that all helps. I have a chair with like a cushion and all this stuff, so to make sure that I try to take the best care of my body. And the same thing with your wrist, guys. You know, arthritis and all that can really be crazy. So shake your hands out, get up, move around and all that. Take good care of yourself. Wow. 5 elements. You'll burn for like 10 hours. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'd be so stiff. And then, you know, I can never seem to get that much like focused time between kids and housework and pets needing inside and outside and chasing each other and fighting and all that. Emails, messages, orders, it just goes on and on, you guys know. I'm usually very kind of almost like ADHD. Like I can't sit and focus for very long. I have to constantly be doing like multitasking, 2 or 3 things at a time. So just to sit and burn can be a little bit of a challenge for me because I want to be doing everything else all at once. Terry, the shower thing helps. Good. Glad that you're both exercising. That's great. Zona, you get regular massages to prevent migraines. Oh, that's cool. They're like, do you hunch over a lot? Yeah. Absolutely. Well, that's cool, Matt. That's a great idea. With a sand-filled bean bag. And you can reshape it. Oh, that's cool. And you use a large heating pack as well. Cool. Yeah, 5 elements, your kids are grown and out of the house. I'm sure that's very bittersweet. Hopefully you guys, I'm not doing too much of a shadow thing here. You know what would be so cool is if I could get some sort of software or something that I could put a microphone or like, something in my ear to where when you guys put a message in the chat, it reads it out to me. That'd be cool. Because sometimes I get so focused on the chat, I forget to woodburn and vice versa. That'd be really neat. Something talking in my ear. You know, Zona is saying this. Terry is saying this. And then I can just respond without having to check the chat. I can stay more focused, but that's okay. We'll do what we can. I've also wanted to hire my children to come read the texts for me. That would be pretty cool too. They all have stuff they're doing. Also, I'm going to throw this out there. As far as a video editor, if you guys know anybody that you trust and know that does video editing, feel free to send their information my way. I've tried looking online for a video editor, and every time that I do, I'm inundated with spam calls as far as people that are, I don't know, probably kind of shady. But I have a ton of footage, like hundreds of hours of footage, that I would like to kind of get organized into something better for everybody, and I don't have the time. So if you're a video editor watching this, or if you know somebody that you trust, please send them my way. That'd be fantastic. Okay, so there we have some cute little flowers. Let's see, where do we want to go next? I kind of want to dive into the shadows. No, I don't. We don't have a whole lot of time here. Yeah. I'll finish up in this area. We'll keep working here. So Matt says, some of your friends that do live streams like this use what they call an earworm. Another person in the stream who reads the chats. Ooh. Okay. That's pretty cool. I will have to look into that too. So I would just have to have probably headphones or something. Ooh, I like that, Matt. I think I might be able to make that work. That is a very good idea. An earworm. That's pretty fun. Let's see. Matt uses Shotcut to edit your videos. It's free and pretty robust. How much editing are we talking about? Well, I have an editing program. I use Cyberlink Power Director, and I really like it. But what I want to do is take my 2-hour live streams and like bunch them into one tutorial and cut out a lot of the chit chat that I'm doing here and make it more of an educational stuff kind of based. Cut out, you know, the personal chatting and make it more educational based. So it would basically be going through a 2-hour live stream, minute by minute, second by second, trimming up stuff and taking stuff out and cleaning it up. So I think it has to be done by a person. It can't really be done by a program, if you know what I mean. See, Zona, you know somebody who does video editing. She teaches now. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me know, because I have tons and tons of footage. I mean, I can put stuff together. I can do all of it, but for every hour of footage that I have, it takes me at least 2 hours to edit it. Just basic editing. Good night, Cynthia. And I have so much content that I want to get out to everybody in, like, you know, better formats, and I just don't have the time. Or I could have the time, but then I won't woodburn ever for like another 3 years, and that's not very fun either. So this is all pretty light right here, what I'm doing, but we can just build up our layers. Remember, those darks push back, lights pull forward. Anytime that you have something that overlaps, you're going to want to have a nice change of value. So here I have a leaf that's going to go behind this stem. So I want the leaf to be darker as it meets the stem. And we have kind of a gradient to the outside. The same thing as we tuck down in here, this all is going to be darker as well. Everything looks kind of weird and chunky because of that bold line on the outside, but it'll all work out, guys. There's a little bit of the dark background kind of peeking through here, so we'll block those in. Okay, we have a little bit of some leaves in here. And also lightly outline some of our flowers. So Matt, you made your own bean bag. Well, that's cool. This from Dixie Biggs, a wood carver and turner. They sew them themselves, $25. Cool. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, anything that creates support like that is very cool. Okay. So that's kind of some of our background that we're seeing in there, those really dark sections. And then we'll put in some of our leaves. Bye, Five Elements. Thanks for being here, Dan. Ah, cool. Enjoy your cuddle time with the dogs. Yeah, we wow, we have about 10 minutes left here. I can't believe how much time we spent on that basket. Wow. this live stream seems to have gone by pretty quickly. Of course, I was pretty distracted with the whole basket thing. So, next week, I will probably have my live stream on Saturday, same time, just adjust for the time change and all that. I'll try to get my live stream set up so the timing is right. Wish me luck. And we'll keep going on our project here. I'll probably go right back to that basket, and we'll keep working on that and see if we can't get the bulk of that basket taken care of next week. And then if I get burnt out on the basket, we'll just jump over here into the flowers. We have the wicker handle up there. That looks pretty fun. And then we have a black background. So if you haven't seen me create a black background here for a while, this would be a good review. If you have, it'll still be a good review. So I don't know, I might leave that towards the end. We shall see. I can also work on it incrementally, so it's not quite so overwhelming. Hi, Linda. Lisa says it's echo speeding time up. Oh yeah, there we go. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message. You guys can find me over on Woodburning University or Minisa Pyrography. I think both of those links are in the chat down below. Let's see, if you are looking for tools and supplies, check out my Amazon store. It's in the description down below. If you want access to all my past live streams, check me out over on Mighty Networks. You can pick your plan as far as skill level goes. If you're a beginner, you pay for the beginner live streams. If you're advanced, you pay for the advanced and the beginner live streams. You know how kind of stair steps. So if you sign up for the diamond tier, you get everything. And yeah. So a lot of patterns over on Woodburning University. I'm also getting some patterns up on Etsy. So just Google me there, search me there. You can find those too. So any questions, just send me an email and I'll get back with you. Oof, okay. We are getting there with this. Alright, let's zoom out and take a little bird's eye view of our basket and our flowers. So, definitely very light, dainty flowers here. And, you know, once we fill in the black background, that'll look pretty cool. I might start doing some outline work here. I kind of forgot about that. Let's see here. Terry says that's where you struggle are the lighter areas, but you're working on it. Yeah, just definitely turn that burner down and a lot of blending, lighter values but it can be quite the challenge to get those lighter values in there. Lots of practice and just, very, very lower temps, blowing that pen a little bit more too. Thanks, Matt. You love seeing how the different shadings are done and the subtle highlights around the flower boundaries. Great explanation. Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm going to put this in here, and then I think we're probably going to call it a night. Oh, so our project that we did last week with the dots, here's kind of how that's looking. I stopped here because I kind of feel like I should maybe add something more. I was thinking about adding a little bit of text at the top and the bottom. So let me know what you think, text or no text on this picture. But this was so fun. So if you didn't see this one from last week, go check it out. It's still up on YouTube for a little bit longer in case anybody missed it. But a lot of different texture on that one. And thanks for joining me with this basket here. A lot of fun. We're getting the flowers. It'll be a hoot. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody for being here tonight, and appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great week. So Terry says no text on the flowers. Cool. No text. Lisa says no text. I might have to just leave it as is then.
I think you should.
You should leave it as is?
No, I think you should.
You think I should add text? Terry is asking if I finished the poodle hair. I don't think I've worked on that since we worked on it the last time. Matt says no text. Cool. Nidal likes the way that turned out. Okay, cool. Yeah. Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go just complete blacked out. It would definitely make a more like focus on the flower, so that'd be pretty cool. I might think about it. So cool. Thanks for your thoughts, guys, and have a great weekend and a great week, and I will see you guys next Saturday, the 15th of March. Oh, Linda says you could spread out the dots, kind of more of a gradient. That sounds cool too. Nice. Okay, well, thanks for the thoughts, and you can go ahead and add more stuff there in the chat or in the comment section down below. If you're watching this after the live stream, you can put just your thoughts in the chat or comment section down below. Cool. All right, good night, guys. I will see you next week. Good night.